The tale begins with a young girl named Asha recounting the devastating tsunami that struck 5 years ago, leaving the city submerged and claiming countless lives. Despite the valiant efforts of many, only a few managed to seek refuge on the rooftops of tall buildings, including Asha herself, ultimately sparing them from the relentless waters. As Asha reflects on the tragedy, she feels a profound sadness lingering within her, yet she remains resilient. For the past 5 years, Asha has made her home in a dilapidated building nestled amidst the ruins of the once vibrant city. Alone in her surroundings, she ascends to the rooftop, her sanctuary. There, she carefully collects rainwater, boiling it to brew her morning coffee. With a sense of solace, she retrieves a hidden radio, tuning in to uplifting melodies that offer her a brief reprieve from the desolation. Surveying the desolate landscape that now defines her world, Asha grapples with the ongoing struggle for survival, particularly the scarcity of water. In a place where rainfall is sporadic at best, securing access to clean drinking water remains her greatest challenge amidst the barren cityscape. Asha meticulously wipes down various items scattered across the rooftop with a cloth, ensuring to capture every precious droplet of water. With careful precision, she gathers the damp cloth and wrings out the collected moisture into a bottle, a precious commodity in this parched world. Mindful of the scarcity that drives some to desperation, she conceals her water stash from prying eyes, safeguarding her survival in a city plagued by desperation and lawlessness. Taking stock of her meager supplies, Asha diligently records each bottle in her diary, a testament to her resourcefulness in the face of adversity. Casting her gaze across the desolate landscape through her binoculars, she remains vigilant. Suddenly, a nearby building succumbs to the relentless force of the water. Asha is reminded of the ongoing devastation that continues to ravage her city. As she scans the murky depths below, her attention is drawn to a solitary box drifting amidst the floodwaters. Recognizing the potential value of its contents, Asha resolves to retrieve it, despite the perilous conditions. Descending into the submerged building below, Asha secures a rope to the box, intent on hauling it to safety. However, her efforts are thwarted by a persistent fish that snags the box, impeding her progress and forcing her to retreat momentarily. Despite being injured from the broken place, she refused to give up. With sheer determination, she exerted all her strength to pull the box inside, eventually succeeding. Upon opening it, all she found was a bottle of liquor. Without hesitation, she used it to clean her wound. As the evening settled in, she began to hear distant voices. Peering through her binoculars, she spotted a group of robbers approaching the building in search of provisions. Quickly, she concealed her belongings beneath the garbage and found refuge in a room she had made her sanctuary. As the robbers scoured each house, including hers, they found nothing of value. However, one of the robbers, a child, began recklessly firing bullets around, sending Asha into a panic. To steady herself, she retreated into cherished memories of happier times with her younger sister. Once the coast was clear and the robbers departed, Asha emerged from hiding. Exhausted, she succumbed to sleep as the night enveloped her. Every night, Asha was haunted by a recurring nightmare. In it, she witnessed her family drowning, helpless to save them no matter how hard she tried. The following day, as she settled into sleep, she was abruptly jolted awake by noises echoing through the building. Grabbing a torchlight, she cautiously searched every nook and cranny, but found no one. Despite the absence of any visible threat, deciding to wash her hands, she left the soap behind and ventured indoors. Suddenly, a small girl appeared, innocently picking up the abandoned soap. Before Asha could apprehend her, the girl struck her and fled. Asha pursued her briefly, but the child quickly vanished into the shadows of another location. The next morning, driven by curiosity and perhaps a sense of unfinished business, Asha embarked on a search for the elusive girl. Upon discovering the girl sleeping peacefully on the sofa in another room, Asha decided not to disturb her slumber. Instead, she quietly proceeded to prepare food for herself. However, her trust was misplaced, as she later found that the girl had pilfered numerous items from her room, including precious photographs of Asha and her younger sister. Despite feeling a pang of betrayal, Asha chose to temporarily set aside her confusion and concern regarding the girl's intentions. As Asha gently retrieved the pictures from the girl, the latter swiftly made her escape. Left pondering her next move, Asha temporarily pushed aside her uncertainties. Meanwhile, the girl remained downstairs in a room partially submerged in water, evoking Asha's sympathy. Moved by the girl's plight, Asha decided to cook noodles for her and descended to deliver the meal. After witnessing the girl's apparent hunger, Asha offered her the noodles. Though initially hesitant, the girl eventually consumed the food after Asha had returned upstairs. The following day, to Asha's surprise and relief, the girl returned all the stolen items as a gesture of gratitude. Amused by the girl's attempts to mimic her mannerisms while eating and navigating the house, Asha found herself sharing in the laughter, finding solace in this unexpected connection. After many years of solitude, Asha's face bore a genuine smile, albeit she hadn't engaged in conversation with anyone for quite some time, not even the girl who had found her way into her life. That night, Asha decided to place the girl's bed beside hers in her own room. However, the girl, unable to drift into slumber, began to weep, confessing her longing for her absent parents. Moved by the girl's sorrow, Asha broke her silence, offering words of comfort for the first time. "Don't worry," she reassured. "We will find your mom and dad." In response, the next morning, Asha and Hei ventured to the roof, where they found themselves caught up in playful antics. In a moment of mischievous curiosity, Hei tampered with the lock on the door, inadvertently causing it to snap shut, trapping them on the rooftop. As the situation escalated, Asha's worry mounted. She had taped the broken lock as a makeshift solution, but Hei's innocent curiosity had inadvertently trapped them on the rooftop. In a stroke of resourcefulness, Hei retrieved a rope and skillfully maneuvered it to unlock the door, much to Asha's relief and surprise. However, amidst her gratitude, Asha gently cautioned Hei, explaining the careful setup she had established for their safety. She emphasized the importance of not tampering with anything without permission and the necessity of maintaining silence to avoid attracting unwanted attention from potential robbers. Despite Asha's reasoning, Hei proposed leaving the rooftop, expressing concerns about the potential dangers of staying. However, Asha staunchly refused, recognizing the rooftop as their sanctuary amidst the perilous world below. As Asha frantically searched for her missing family necklace, a sense of panic overcame her, leading her to believe that Hei might be the culprit. When she confronted Hei, accusing her of theft, the girl was deeply hurt and offended. In a moment of indignation, Hei silently gathered her belongings and retreated to another room, a palpable tension hanging between them. The following morning, Asha observed Hei carelessly using precious drinking water to launder clothes, among other wasteful actions. Despite her frustration, Asha refrained from reprimanding the girl, still reeling from the rift their confrontation had caused. However, as night fell and Asha sought solace in sleep, her peace was shattered by a haunting nightmare. In the dream, she found herself confronted by a raging storm, reminiscent of the sea's fury engulfing her home. Overwhelmed by fear and a sense of helplessness, Asha fled in terror, consumed by the echoes of her past traumas. After being jolted awake by her nightmare, Asha found herself trembling with fear. Her screams echoed through the stillness of the night. Their bond, momentarily fractured by suspicion and misunderstanding, was rekindled as they engaged in heartfelt conversation once more. Seeking to educate Hei on the intricacies of their secluded existence, Asha imparted valuable lessons on conservation and caution. She stressed the importance of rationing drinking water and mindful use of resources, cautioning against attracting unwanted attention by using electricity or making loud noises, which could inadvertently signal the presence of their sanctuary to potential threats. Hei probed Asha about a mysterious closed room within their abode. With a touch of apprehension, Asha warned her against opening it. The following morning, as Hei tuned into the radio for news updates, they learned of the government's efforts to aid survivors of an unspecified disaster, shedding a glimmer of hope amidst the shadows of their secluded existence. As news spread of survivors being relocated to safer cities, Hei eagerly shared the information with Asha, hopeful for a chance at a new beginning. Yet, Asha remained steadfast in her decision to stay secluded, despite Hei's earnest pleas to embrace change and face the unknown. Frustrated by Asha's reluctance, Hei couldn't contain her disappointment, branding Asha as a coward for her refusal to confront their reality. Undeterred by Asha's repeated refusals, Hei resolved to venture to the designated safe zone alone. Determined to fashion her own means of escape, Hei ingeniously began constructing a makeshift boat using plastic bottles. Alarmed by the danger inherent in such a journey, Asha cautioned her about the perils lurking beneath the surface, sharks and other menacing sea creatures, and the arduousness of the voyage ahead. Undeterred, Hei revealed a flare gun, convinced it would suffice as protection. Despite her reservations, Asha watched with a heavy heart as Hei remained resolute in her decision to depart, her her determination outweighing the risks that lay ahead. Overwhelmed by panic at the sight of the flare gun, Asha swiftly confiscated it from Hei, emphasizing the grave consequences of its use. As the tension dissipated, Asha found herself reflecting on her actions, prompting her to extend a heartfelt apology to Hei. In a tender moment of vulnerability, Asha confided in Hei, recounting her past struggles and failed attempts to break free from their secluded existence. Memories resurfaced of a time when jealousy and resentment toward her younger sister strained her relationship with her parents, ultimately driving her to contemplate leaving home. However, her sister's intervention prevented her from following through with her plan. In the present, Asha's past grievances and unresolved emotions resurfaced, underscoring the complexities of her relationships and the scars they left behind. Yet, in the presence of Hei, she found solace and understanding, realizing the importance of their bond amidst the trials they faced. As Asha stumbled upon her broken necklace, realization dawned upon her. Hei was innocent, and her suspicions unfounded. Consumed by embarrassment, Asha humbly apologized to Hei. The following day, as heavy rains poured down upon their secluded refuge, Asha came to a sobering realization. Their current situation was untenable in the long term. With newfound resolve, she embraced Hei's suggestion of seeking refuge in the government-provided safe zone. Together, they diligently worked on constructing a boat, their shared efforts symbolizing a newfound unity and determination to embrace change. Amidst the turmoil, fragments of Asha's past surfaced, revealing the pain of losing her sister in a devastating tsunami, a loss that still haunted her in the present. Yet, in Hei, Asha found solace and a sense of kinship, akin to the bond she once shared with her sister. In a gesture of gratitude and acceptance, Asha presented her necklace to Hei as a token of their newfound sisterhood, symbolizing the strength of their bond forged amidst adversity. As panic ensued with the sudden arrival of the robbers, Asha and Hei frantically sought refuge, hiding amidst the chaos. Hei's inadvertent activation of the radio acted as a beacon, attracting the unwanted attention of the intruders. Hastily, they concealed their belongings while Hei took refuge behind a wooden facade and Asha retreated to the familiar confines of the foul-smelling room. As the robbers ransacked their sanctuary, seizing their provisions and uncovering Hei's hiding place, terror gripped them both. Despite her fear, Asha resolved not to repeat the mistakes of her past, where she had failed to protect her loved ones. Drawing upon newfound courage, she emerged from her hiding place, armed with a flare gun. In a desperate bid to save Hei, Asha confronted one of the intruders, employing lethal force to protect her companion. Fleeing from the scene, she sought refuge in another house, where she devised a cunning trap to ensnare the robbers. With a strategic ploy and the activation of the radio, Asha orchestrated a plan to outmaneuver their assailants and ensure their safety. Amidst the chaos, Asha seized the opportunity to engage the robbers in a fierce battle, swiftly dispatching them one by one. However, the leader of the group managed to apprehend Hei, prompting Asha to retreat once more into the foul-smelling room to strategize her next move. As she barricaded herself amidst the grim surroundings, the source of the room's putrid odor was revealed. Numerous decomposing corpses littered the space, their presence hidden from the world until now. Utilizing this macabre discovery to her advantage, Asha arranged several bodies in plain sight, intending to startle and unnerve any approaching threats. When the remaining robbers entered, Asha capitalized on the moment of shock, swiftly dispatching them with ruthless efficiency. Armed with a newfound weapon, she pursued the leader of the group, who had sought refuge on a nearby ship. In a climactic showdown, Asha confronted the leader, engaging in a fierce struggle that culminated in a fateful tumble into the water below, where all three adversaries met their watery demise. With the threat neutralized, Asha emerged victorious, her courage and resourcefulness prevailing against the odds. As the imminent danger of the approaching shark loomed, Asha acted swiftly, rescuing Hei and finding refuge in a safer location just in time. Meanwhile, the unfortunate robber met a grisly end, swiftly dispatched by the ferocious predator that lurked beneath the surface. In a stroke of fortune, they found themselves aboard the very ship that had once posed a threat to their safety. Yet, to their surprise, it offered a sanctuary, complete with ample provisions and shelter from the elements. For the first time in what felt like an eternity, Asha found respite from her nightmares, allowing both her and Hei to finally rest peacefully.